All right, good morning, everybody. So as most of you know, yesterday a St. Louis Circuit Judge temporarily removed Sheriff Alfred Montgomery from his seat until a full trial begins in the Q Warrento case on November the 18th. Today, we are honored to welcome John Hayden as interim sheriff of the city of St. Louis. He brings 30 years of dedicated service to our city, including time as our police chief. He's overseen more than 1,300 officers and 400 civilian staff, and he managed a budget of over $120 million consistently throughout his tenure as chief. John has spent decades building trust, teaching ethics, and serving as a deacon at Pleasant Green Missionary Baptist Church. We're confident he will lead our organization and our agency in the right direction during this time. And at this time, he's going to take questions from you guys. And here you go, Sheriff Hayden.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry I'm knocking over things. Hold that for me. Good morning, everyone. Again, my name is John Hayden, and I've been appointed as the interim sheriff for the city of St. Louis by Judge Christopher McGraw, who is the presiding judge over the 22nd Judicial Circuit Court. I would like to thank Judge McGraw for this interim appointment, and I would like to thank Mayor Kara Spencer for her support of my appointment. It is my honor to serve our great city in this interim capacity. In June of 2022, I retired from the St. Louis Police Department as the police commissioner after 35 years of dedicated service. During my tenure as police commissioner, I oversaw approximately 75 divisions, districts, and units, which at its peak represented approximately 1,200 commissioned officers and 400 civilian employees operating under a $122 million budget. I believe that the breadth of my managerial experience, my dedication to duty, and my pursuit of excellence make me uniquely qualified for this interim sheriff position. Again, I want to thank Judge McGraw for his confidence he has placed in me, and Mayor Spencer for the support she has given me. I will now answer questions you may have.
What changes do you expect to make? What changes do you expect to make, Sheriff?
I'll try to answer them in the order I'm here. Okay, please, sir, if one more time.
If there's a special election, is this a job you would seek and run for?
Yes, if there's a special election, I would apply through that process.
Is that the main motivation for you to step up and take this job? I can't imagine you had a full career already, you're retired, and now you might come off the bench and be the interim sheriff now?
You know, the main motivation for me accepting the job is the city has called me, and I accept that as an honor that they've called me and asked for me, and I'm willing to serve in that capacity. So that's my main motivation.
Chief, I gotta get in my question, guys. Chief, what changes do you expect to make as the acting interim sheriff?
Well, first of all, of course, I got to get inside and see. I've been looking from the outside in on the news, but again, some of the things that are concerning, of course, is the insurance that the protection of the building, the court building. That would be one of the main concerns. Of course, there's concerns about transportation of prisoners and what have you. So those are the things I will be looking most closely at. But again, I think that there are a lot of things that I will do in audits, various assessments to make sure that I'm operating as effectively and efficiently as I can.
Any personnel changes that you envision?
Yeah, not right away. I mean, I certainly believe in seeing what you have first. I mean, looking to see what are the challenges, looking to see what needs to be done, looking to see how can we can do better assessments. So I don't like making changes automatically. I like to look and see what I'm working with first.
When did the conversations about you becoming interim sheriff begin? I imagine yesterday wasn't the first phone call you got about it.
I think some ongoing conversations maybe for a week or so.
Mayor Spencer even gave your name like 3.5 weeks ago.
Was that long ago? Yeah, so probably around then.
Can you describe from your vantage point, obviously being the chief of police, you understand some of the operations in the city justice center. What are the challenges as you see them, and what is the role of the sheriff's office in making that a safer place?
Sure. So again, this is an assessment that I have not made a close-up look because I haven't had the access. But again, if there are concerns about manpower allocation to cover things that are important. I've heard mention about some manpower shortages. Of course, I've had to deal with that as chief. But the point being is that when that occurs, you need to make some allocation to make sure that you're maximizing your reach. And so among those things, that'll be the concern. And then again, of course, the insurance that prisoners get to the various locations. Sometimes it's a detention facility, sometimes it's a hospital, but to make sure that people that are being held for longer periods of time are transported properly.
Are you saying that you were intent to transport all inmates to all medical appointments, whether it's an emergency or not?
Well, I'll tell you what I first have to do is look at the policy about what it says, but I certainly know that there have been some concerns about prisoners not getting to the hospital.
I'm sorry, I just didn't hear an answer in there.
You know, I'm saying that what I'll be doing is making sure that the proper allocation of manpower meet the concerns that the city has about prisoners getting to the hospital. In some instances, I think that's a concern about what I've been reading about is people getting to the hospital. Am I right about that? Yeah.
Medical appointments, sometimes they're scheduled.
Medical, yeah. So that absolutely. So those things I will be paying very close attention to.
You mean that, is that saying you're going to make sure the prisoners from the jail get to the hospital? You committing yourself to that?
I'm committing myself to that. I'd say that is the expectation that we had when I was police chief. That's something that's always occurred, and so I intend to do my best to make sure that continues to happen.
When you have such a short window, 3 weeks before this trial, so we're just looking at 3 weeks right now. How hands-on do you intend to be? How much do you intend to let folks who've been here for a while? You just got trial right here as the interim for 2 weeks before bringing that title. How much do you stand for? Is he following your lead?
Well, obviously, I'll be very reliant upon his expertise and experience. I mean, he's been here 30 years. I think he knows the lay of the land, and I can learn a lot from him. I'm looking forward to that.
There's obviously been some distrust brewing in the sheriff's office even before this sheriff got here. We've heard Sheriff Montgomery describe some people as snakes he thought he had in his department. We've seen all kinds of conflicts spill over. How is your management style going to win the trust of those people who might be supporters still, loyalists to Sheriff Montgomery, might see you coming in as, you know, assisting in the ouster of the guy they came to work for? How are you going to win them over?
Well, certainly, I'm a leader by example. That's kind of how I've lived my career. Certainly, I think that I'll start off. I don't know the people that work here, so I won't assume anything about them, particularly anything negative about them. And so I'll be. I understand there are approximately 150 or so sheriffs, and so it'll allow me to be talking to them one-on-one. So I'm looking forward to that. And so I don't anticipate that there'll be any carryover tension between me and again, I am the interim right now, and so I don't think that they should feel threatened in any type of way.
So if the sheriff wins his case on November 18th, what happens then? Do you stay in this job, or what happens?
Well, I would assume that if he wins his case, that the vacancy doesn't exist.
But he would still be in custody. He'd still be in federal custody.
Okay, yeah.
In other words, if he wins the state case,
Okay.
and I should have been more specific,
Right.
And to determine whether he's ousted or not, if the sheriff wins that state case, then what happens to you? Do you stay or do you go?
Yeah, I'll have to defer to Judge McGraw. He's the one that appointed me. So I mean, when he tells me that that I can stay or that my services are no longer needed, I will listen to the judge.
Have you spoken with? Do you think this position should be an elected position? There are a lot of people who say that this is a product of bygone patronage and that this shouldn't even be an elected position.
I don't know. I think we can let the legislative folk deal with that question. I mean, I don't know that there's one way better or the other, but I know that certainly the legislators can figure that out, whether they be local or state.
Have you met with staff yet, or just the command staff that's here right now?
I have not met with anybody yet, so I'm looking forward to meeting as many people as I can today, and I will continue. My first day will be Monday.
There's integrity, honor, and respect above your head. Where do you feel like that stands right now for the sheriff's office, and where do you hope to put that in 3 weeks?
Well, those are certainly pillars and tenets that I personally believe in, and so I will continue to make sure that heading or those pillars are embraced by me, and I'm sure the professionalism of the other sheriffs. I think that they'll be on my team to make sure that occurs.
Sheriff Montgomery ran on a campaign telling city voters that he thought the sheriff's office should take a greater role
Yeah, so I'd have to actually take a look at some of that. So right now, I'm really speaking from an outsider looking in. And so any policy changes and recommendations I may make will come at a later time.
What is your
Guys.
Chief, what is your view on all that's happened with this sheriff's department and Montgomery's situation? What's your view on this, everything you've seen?
Well, hey, obviously there have been some concerns expressed. He's got a court date coming up, and I think that the details will come from that, and that people can make up their own minds from that. Thank you.
Thank you,
First day
Chief.
is Monday. Did I hear right? First day is